I was in Rwanda at the end of May '94, so the genocide was still in place and happening.
We have lots of unaccompanied children here in Rwanda. Some of them have lost their parents just in the rush of moving away from war, and others have been orphaned because their parents have been massacred or killed in the war.
There were 100,000 children estimated to be separated from their families when we went in. When we first went into this place where there was a care centre for children, it was just the numbers and just the fact they weren't playing much. They were just not acting typically like children. I remember that really clearly.
The problems are very complex. Some of these children are so young that we don't know any details about them. Others are older who can tell them the horrific stories of what's happened to them and their families.
As we were able to access more and more of the country, I have very clear memories in a place called Nyamata of children sweeping blood out of these buildings so that actually they could sleep in under shelter. So I have very vivid memories of that, and just how wrong that was and how sad that was. But I think it was counterbalanced also by the amazing people and the resilience of people. People who'd been through things I couldn't even imagine, who were still kind and generous and welcoming and warm. You swing between those two all the time, the horror and the evil and the good.
La 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 la.
Whenever you have to run, and you're not always with your families, I mean, these things happened and people just ran in whatever direction they could. Some children had seen their parents being killed, and most, I would say probably all of them had definitely seen death. And so they were struggling with just having their basic needs met. What I realised in Rwanda was that we were able to help many children and do activities with children at the community level. And that was the other thing. We didn't want just to help the children who happened to be separated from their families. It was about helping the community as a whole. And there were many children in the community who were also feeling intense pain and struggling. And so we tried to get children to come together, not feel alone, not feel that they were the only ones struggling, and trying to share their pain in some ways and also have time to switch off. I think it didn't hit me until I left and came out of Rwanda, and that's when it hit me. I felt overwhelmed by the injustice of it all and how unfair it was, and that was when the tears flowed for me. It was one of the most challenging but satisfying periods of my career.